surprises me is that this has happened to a lot of people, seemingly.
Well, it's far more common than people would realize.
This is a CBS News Special Report. From CBS News headquarters in New York, here is Connie Chung.
Good afternoon. There has been a verdict in the trial of Joseph Hazelwood, the captain of the tanker Exxon Valdez. He has been found not guilty of one felony count of criminal mischief. He would have faced 5 years and a $50,000 fine on that count. He has been found not guilty on 2 misdemeanor counts, but guilty of 1 misdemeanor count of negligent discharge of oil. He only faces 6 months and a $1,000 fine. The tanker Exxon Valdez went aground just 1 year ago Sunday, causing the nation's worst oil spill. John Blackstone is in Anchorage, and he can fill us in on more details. John?
Connie, looking into the courtroom now, Joseph Hazelwood is still sitting, not showing very much emotion after 7 weeks on trial. He has been found guilty of only the least serious of 4 charges that he faced. Negligent discharge of oil. Basically, this is a very minor offense. He could have ended up spending 7¼ years in jail. The jury has said, however, that this was basically an accident, not a crime. The Exxon Valdez ran aground on Bligh Reef in Alaska's Prince William Sound on March 24th, 1989. It began spilling more than 10 million gallons of oil, the nation's worst oil spill ever. In spite of cleanup efforts, Exxon said it treated 1,100 miles of shoreline at a cost of $2.25 billion. But it's still, a year later, it's still easy to see oil on the beaches. It's estimated that less than half the oil has been recovered. The rest is either evaporated or coats coves and inlets. It sinks into beaches, it coats rocks. It has been destroying organisms fundamental to the life chain. The oil killed 100,000 animals, including eagles and other birds, sea otters and fish. A park ranger said the lesson from the cleanup is that a cleanup is not possible in a spill of this magnitude. A native whose people have fished the Alaskan waters for generations said, "We never thought it was possible for the water to die, but it has happened. The water has died." But Joseph Hazelwood, who was the captain of the Exxon Valdez, has been told that he was not the only person responsible for this. That's the real meaning of this verdict, that there seems to be many people who were responsible for this, from the state of Alaska to the Coast Guard to the Exxon company. Joseph Hazelwood was one participant in a tragic accident.
John, you have covered this trial throughout. Do you think this was a surprise?
Actually, it was not a surprise. As one watched this case here, 21 witnesses who testified, most of them, in fact, had to testify for the prosecution. 21 witnesses said that on the day and the evening that Joseph Hazelwood was intoxicated. The prosecution never to be able to prove its case that Joseph Hazelwood was drunk that night.
All right. Thank you very much. John Blackstone, who will have more tonight on the CBS Evening News. Once again, Joseph Hazelwood, captain of the Exxon Valdez, accused of criminal mischief, accused of operating a tanker while intoxicated, accused of reckless endangerment, accused of negligent discharge of oil, has been found not guilty of the most serious felony count, which would have sent him to prison for 5 years and a $50,000 fine. Instead, he has been found guilty of only 1 misdemeanor count, faces only 6 months and a $1,000 fine. Joseph Hazelwood, again, the captain of the tanker Exxon Valdez, accused of actually being intoxicated while running the Exxon Valdez aground, has been found not guilty of the most serious felony count. We'll have more tonight on the CBS Evening News. I'm Connie Chung, CBS News, New York.
The Honolulu